Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars Attack of the Clones Darth Tyrannus's Geonosian speeder bike. That is more difficult to say than you would think, believe me. So here it is. This is from the 2002 Attack of the Clones line, I believe. And why am I doing this video now? Well, we do have the brand new Count Dooku in the vintage collection right here, and I want to see if this figure will sit on that bike, because obviously this one here is specifically designed for it, and I really don't want to display that figure on the bike. But hopefully, you know, as long as the plastic skirt doesn't get in the way, hopefully that figure will sit nicely on that bike. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. At the end of the day, I doubt that Hasbro are ever going to be giving us a Geonosian speeder bike again, so this is our only choice really. So let me know your thoughts, as I said, and let's get into it. Okay, so as always, we'll start off with the packaging, and it's this blue packaging from the Attack of the Clones line. You can see in the window there, you've got the speeder bike itself and the Count Dooku figure, or Darth Tyrannus, whatever you want to say. Now, he does have a lightsaber action, as you can see there, and I think that works when he sits on the bike and you press this little button at the back, and then that makes him sort of slash his lightsaber around. You know, something that I'm not really interested in at all. I want it to look as definitive as it possibly can, which is why we want the TVC Count Dooku on there. On the back of the box, there you go. There's the action that I was talking about there. So slashing lightsaber action when you press the button on the vehicle. Strap the figure onto the speeder bike as shown. So hopefully these things aren't going to be getting in the way of the TVC figure and how that figure is going to sit on the bike. And there's a little bit of a write-up on the back of the box if you want to read that there. So side of the box, just a picture of the figure on the bike, and on that side exactly the same. So there it is. We're going to be opening it right now and checking it out. Alright then, so to start with, I have used the figure that comes with the set just to show you everything about what you get in the box. This figure is not great, but it does have the slashing action. And of course, the bike is designed for him, so you can see that his feet are firmly planted in the foot pedals there. They do have pegs for the peg holes in his feet. The legs do move on the speeder, and you can see that you've got that little strap around him there, keeping him firmly on the bike. Just in there, you can see there's a little button on the back of the figure, so when you press this, that'll push that, and then that'll move his arm, and that's the slashing effect of the lightsaber. As you can see, I have it on like a custom stand at the moment, so it is very, very delicately poised on there at the moment. I don't really want to touch it, but as I said, that's the button there for the slashing effect. You can see that he's got a plastic cape with like a windswept effect, so it's like going onto the back of the bike. And the bike itself is a grey and bronze two-tone plastic, no weathering whatsoever. Of course, this was made in what, 2002 now, I believe. So this is not going to be anywhere near a vintage collection standard, but from just a display point of view, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get the new vintage collection Count Dooku on there nicely, and hopefully he sits as well as this guy. So let's just take a quick look at the bike itself. Just a quick look. There's the figure. Not a great head sculpt compared to, you know, what we're used to now. And you can see that he's got his feet on the pedals. Yeah, so there's not really too much to it, but it's a, you know, it's a vehicle from Attack of the Clones, and the figure is based on Attack of the Clones, so that's why I want to display it like that. So let's do the slashing effect. There you go. And if you do that too many times, the lightsaber will fall out of his hands because it is quite loose. So there you go. That's the speeder bike with the figure that comes with it sat on it. So let's now see, moment of truth, whether we can get the vintage collection figure on there. Alright, and here it is. It is the speeder bike with the vintage collection Count Dooku figure sitting on board. I think it looks great. It's turned out a lot better than I thought it would. He sits on it perfectly. The articulation does wonders, and even the peg holes fit onto the pegs. They are a little tough to get in. You do have to push them quite hard, but they do fit, and I think it looks great. You've got that sort of windswept effect with the soft goods cape, and I just think it looks awesome. So let's just take it off this stand, because once again it is balancing, you know, on there, so I don't really want it to fall off in the middle of the video. But there he is, look, and I think that's a pretty good pose for him. There's the head sculpt, and that's him on that bike. I think that looks pretty cool. So what I did curl back the cape to give it that sort of windswept look From the back, it doesn't look so great. You know, maybe it would look a bit better like that as he's zooming off. But I think when you're having it on the side there, I think that looks pretty cool there when it's blowing in the wind. I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, this very old vehicle does indeed fit with the brand new TVC Dooku. I was a little bit worried about the sort of plastic, but it's soft enough to bend. You can just see there it's bending on the front of his legs, so it is soft enough to manipulate it so you can actually have him sat down on that speeder, and I think that's great. That's going to look great on display. So yeah, I think this is how I will be displaying my Count Dooku, at least until we get like a better version of Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones. I know that we've got that sort of Anakin recently. He's not a bad figure actually. He's actually the one that I use on the other speeder bike as well. So I do like them on their speeder bikes. I think he looks pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you are planning on looking how much these are on eBay, there is a link in the description below so you can try and get yourself one of these before they go up in price. Because I would imagine with the release of this Dooku, some other people are going to be having the same thoughts as I am and putting him on this bike. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Darth Tyrannus's Geonosian speeder bike with the Vintage Collection Count Dooku. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. And we shall see you on the next one.